what's going on YouTube? It's Onion Rings. I just first want to apologize for any background noise you might hear. I have kittens and they are quite noisy when they're playing. So we're going to get right into this video. I wanted to do a Gears of War 4 Horde 3.0 class explanation. The game's been out for a few days now, but there's still people that don't quite understand how the classes work and how the skills work and everything, and I wanted to fully explain it so you can understand it and enjoy the game just as much as the next person. So in Gears of War 4 Horde 3.0, you have your 5 basic classes. You have the Engineer, the Heavy, the Scout, the Sniper, and the Soldier. The Engineer is extremely important for building and repairing your base and your fortifications. The description says building and repairing fortifications is the Engineer's primary responsibility. Starting loadout for the Engineer is the Gnasher shotgun, the Enforcer, which is the automatic that the robots use, and the repair tool. Their class skills are things like barrier discounts, barrier health, overall discounts, carry speed. That's actually a general one, so it's this one, but it's under this one. Decoy cost reduction, decoy health, enemies that executed enemies drop more power. Again, that's a general though. I'm trying to eliminate the generals, but they're everywhere. That's a general too, but it kind of ties in with the Engineer, fortification health. And one of the most important ones for the Engineer is the efficiency repair boost. This one is like a must-have. Like, you don't have to have it, but I would. And then there's sentry cost reduction, sentry ammo, sentry rate of fire, a fabrication option where you can revive the whole team, turret reduction cost, turret health, weapon locker discount, all sorts of things basically generated on, well, your fortifications. So when I said that the repair boost one was the most efficient one, or the best one, I said that because when you use the repair tool, it gets very costly. You lose money per second as you use it, but this makes it go faster and cheaper based on the level of the skill. It goes 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, and 100% efficiency rating. The others are all basic. Their discounts, the discounts go 18, 16, 24, I think up until somewhere in the 40s or 50s. I have not yet maxed them, so I cannot promise you what the discount number is, but I know that you can usually level a card like 5 or 6 times. Again, though, I have not maxed one of my cards yet. And then, like I said, all the rest are basic. Discounts and health for different things. Barriers, decoys, sentries, turrets, and weapon lockers. So if you love building and you want to be the guy that stays in the back of the base and just build stuff for his teammates at a cheaper price and repairs it, the Engineer is your guy. The next class is the Heavy. The Heavy is based more on combat, just like the Soldier, but more so with heavy weapons, not so much as assault rifle. The Heavy has stuff like explosive launcher capacity, like the boom shot, drop shot, the salvo, the torque bow can all hold more ammo. There's grenade or explosive launcher damage, again for those 4 weapons. Then there's reload speed. They also have heavy weapon damage, like the tri-shot, buzzkill, mulcher, salvo. And a really important one is the marked damage. Any enemy marked, you will do more damage to, up to, I believe, 50%. It might go up to 100, I'm not positive on that. But you gain more marked damage per level by 10% each level. And you mark enemies with your thumbstick, or in my case the Q button. Aim at the enemy, press the mark button, and it will tell everyone what that enemy is and show the red mark above their head, and you will do more damage to that mark while it lasts. There's also their fabricator option, the mortar strike. It rains mortars down all over the map. The damage and radius is based on the level of the skill. And there is the pistol. Amount of damage is based on the skill. Again, this makes you do more damage per shot. I've not actually got any of his epics yet. I don't really play the Heavy, but now there's also a couple other ones. Oh, and this actually I just figured out is not an Engineer skill. It says it's a general, so my bad on that. The team revive is for everybody. And then the Heavy also has turret ammo and turret damage. I, in my opinion, think that the turret skills should be under the engineer, because, you know, that's what the engineer does. But it does kind of make sense to put it under the heavy because, you know, they're big guns, stuff like that. So having the heavy sit on the turret while the engineer repairs it, so on and so forth. The heavy is really good for taking out big targets fast, especially if you get the explosive launcher damage way up there. You can really take some things out pretty quickly. The next class is the Scout, and the Scout is extremely important to surviving the higher waves. You do not need a Scout, but I would 110% recommend it. The Scout is based on collecting the power. They gain double power during combat. Their starting loadout is the Nasher, Retro Lancer, and Snub Pistol. Forgot to say the start out for the heavy is the Retro Lancer, Boom Shot, and Bolt Hot. But the Scout gains double power pickups, or double power pickups during combat. I didn't actually know it was during combat until I figured it out for myself. I ran over some power in between the intermission of waves, and I didn't get a double, and I was like, that's weird. So I figured out it's during combat. I mean, it says it right there, but I was an idiot and didn't quite read it right. But this is essential because that means any power you pick up, you get double. So if you pick up 50, you get 100. If you pick up 1,000, you get 2,000. Really good for bosses, really big for the big enemies that drop doubles, like the Sentinels, the Guardians, the Mulchers. All those are just amazing. The Scout is based on close range. You want to be close to the enemy and you want to grab the power after it dies. Sometimes you have greedy teammates that don't know how the Scout works, or they just don't care and they're going to pick up the power anyway. So you want to be close to the enemies. So the Scout is based on shotgun damage, shotgun ammo, health boost, pickup radius. The pickup radius will help you snag it from those greedy little teammates. Brawlers, you do more melee damage and take less melee damage. And one of the most important ones is the deposit bonus. You gain more deposit bonus based on the level of the skill. So basically, if you have this at 50%, you put in 50 points, you'll gain an extra 25. You get half of whatever you're depositing in, and the more you deposit in, the more the bonus is. So if you deposit like 20,000, you'll gain an extra 10,000. It's pretty crazy. Of course, that's if you have it at 50%. The lower the number, of course, the lower you'll get, but it's really awesome, and it's one of the most essential skills for the Scout. But the others are just as good. There's shotgun ammo capacity, like I said, shotgun damage. Health is really important, especially for the harder difficulties like hardcore and insane. Health regeneration speed, melee and shotgun damage returned as health. I didn't actually know that was a thing, but that's pretty awesome. I'm gonna have to get my hands on that one. Speed boost, moving faster would be extremely good for the Scout because you want to get in there quick and grab that power and get out again before the enemies kill you, because you don't want to wait till the intermission to grab the power. You want to get it during combat when you get those doubles. You don't have to pick it up during combat. If you miss a couple, don't fret. You can pick it up during the intermission waves, and you can still get the bonus for depositing it, but you just won't get double, which is extremely important. Their fabricator option is the X-ray. Oh, it's actually not a fabricator option. You just see through walls, and the distance is based on the level of the card. I can see that being pretty cool. I'm sorry that I don't know 100% of everything. I should know 100% of everything, but I am still quite new myself. I know enough to help you guys learn. So if this video starts going viral, I don't know if it will. It may just be my viewers watching this, my regulars. But if this video gets a lot of views, I apologize to you new who are looking for help, and I'm not like a god at this game and I can't tell you everything. I am smart enough to know how to tell you the basics though and get you started. The next class is the Sniper. Obviously, headshots, blowing people's faces off, that's their goal. I myself don't like playing the Sniper too much, but a lot of people love it. They start off with the long shot, the Markza Mark I, which is the semi-auto sniper, and the Snub Pistol. Now, the Sniper, as you would expect, does more headshot damage, marks enemies, marks more enemies is one of the abilities, because the more enemies you mark benefits heavies. Well, it benefits your whole team really, but if you have a heavy player with the marked damage card on and you're marking like up to like 3-5 enemies, they're going to be able to do extra damage to all those enemies. Imagine a wave of enemies is coming at you. You mark all of them, and then he uses his boom shot to get that extra damage. You'll just shred those enemies. Other stuff like headshot kills explode, causing a headshot kill to explode and do radius damage to nearby enemies. Precision rifle capacity, so more ammo for the long shot marks on Ember. The precision rifle damage for those 3 snipers. Reload speed. A fabricator option which pings. It marks all the enemies. Sniper strike is kind of like the mortar or the hammer of dawn or whatever, but it's a lot less OP because it only strikes 3 targets. I do not know if it's an insta kill. I would assume it is, just like the others. I'm assuming it gives you headshots, so only hitting 3 targets is kind of but then again, that depends on how much it costs. I've yet to try it yet. I've only ever played the sniper once and I never went back. I just don't really care too much for sniping. It is fun on occasion, but I'm not good at it, basically. I always miss my headshots. But that's the sniper. And the last class is one that I find really fun, is the soldier. The soldier is the master gear's core mechanic. Using basic weapons, active reloads, and cover, the soldier excels at dealing damage and keeping their teams safe. Starting loadout is the Lancer, Gnasher, and Snub Pistol. Now, what the soldier excels in is reload boosts. So basically when you get that perfect reload and you get that extra damage, the extra fire rate, whatever your active reload gives you, you'll get more percentage out of it. So if you have this at 100%, you'll gain an extra 100% damage from that bonus. Or for the hammer burst gains more fire rate, you'll gain more fire rate. Assault rifle ammo capacity, meaning when you pick up ammo you can have a higher capacity. Assault rifle damage. Assault rifle magazine size. This one's really good. I've yet to get it. I'm disappointed. I really want it. This would be a godsend for the Retro Lancer and Hammer Burst because they can only hold like 20 rounds and that's really depressing. So I can just imagine having this, having a lot more ammo. They also have cover boost. When they're in cover, they take less damage. This could be extremely important for the higher difficulties, so when you're in cover, you take less damage. Grenade capacity, holding more grenades, grenade damage, planting more grenades. I myself don't really care for the planting grenades, so I just delete the duplicates for the points. But if you love planting your grenade traps, this could be really good for you. And then lastly, their fabricator option is the Hammer of Dawn Strike. I absolutely love this. It strikes hammers all over the map and it kills a lot of stuff pretty quickly, and the more levels you have in it, the longer it lasts. I love the soldier, I'll tell you guys that now. I'm pretty in love with it. I mean, it's pretty basic, you know, you're just using your assault rifle. It's not like you're using heavy weapons or anything. You're not building fortifications, you're not running around picking power, you're just killing stuff, but that's kind of fun sometimes. And the faster you kill, the better. I haven't gotten very lucky with getting the damage one up, but I have been getting pretty good with the reload bonuses and capacity one. And it's just really, really good to have more ammo. I mean, I've got 70% extra ammo right now, which is really, really good. Because the Hammer Burst and the Retro Lancer both don't have a lot of ammo, and that's really good for them. The Lancer itself already has a good amount, but with 70% more, you get like 900, close to 1,000 rounds, and it goes even higher. So that's really good. So now I'm going to get into what class does what, or not what does what, but how you level up quickly, and what their max level is, which is obviously 10. Actually, it might be 12. I'm not 100% on that. But the maximum card limit is 5 cards, and you get it 10 and whatnot like that. So the cards you gain by buying stuff through the store. Let me go to the store really quick and show you. Go to the store, go to purchase packs. Now the operations packs can help you. It does have some class skills and stuff, but I would prefer, if you're playing Horde only and you don't really care about customizations or bounties, I would do the Horde boosters. Bounties are good, customizations are good if you want to look cool, but they're more expensive. They're 1,000 credits. Credits kind of add up a little bit slow. They're not like super slow, but they're not like super fast either. So I would stick to the Horde boosters. The Horde boosters give you all Horde stuff. Now I don't have any to open to show you, but basically when you open it, you'll gain all class skills. You'll gain 5 in total. You could get a general one, or you could get one for each class. And basically, when you get those, what you want to do with them is Well, the first one that you get unlocks it. So say I didn't have this one and I got it, that would unlock it. And then any duplicates are used to level up. You'll see here it says 2 out of 5, 2 out of 5. Basically, right click it for PC. I don't know what it is on console, but you click it and you can see you can create one for scrap. Creating it will give you another one toward it, or you can destroy a single one, or you can destroy the duplicates. If you want to level that skill, do not destroy it. You only want to destroy cards you're never going to use again, or just don't benefit you, or you don't like them. And then when you have enough cards, for me it's 2 out of 5, you will then press this button and it'll level it up to the next bonus. It'll tell you what the next bonus is. In this case, it'll be 80%. That is how you level the cards. And then as you level up, you gain more cards. You gain one free card first for every class. You get the first card slot. Level 3 is the next, level 5 is the third, 7 is the fourth, and 10 is the fifth. And you can have up to 5 total different classes. Now as we get into the bounties are basically just things you can do as you're playing to give yourself some more XP or credits. The credit ones are awesome. I have scrapped most of mine for the scraps because the bounties are actually worth a good bit. You can see some of them here are worth like 20 or more, which is really good if you're looking to get some extra bounty points. But basically, like I said, they're things you do to gain more XP. If you complete it, at the end of that 10th wave is when you get the XP. So say you get 100 Lancer kill or 100 assault rifle kills by wave 10. When that wave 10 comes up and it shows you the XP you've earned, you gain the XP based off that bounty. It'll be listed in that list of XP, like where you gain the XP from. It'll list it there, or if you got credits, it'll list the credits there. And that's basically it. You can select one bounty and you just keep it. It stays forever. You just keep completing it all you want. The ones that I like are these ones, like Horde Survival, be 1 to 50 on any difficulty for 200 credits. That means that if you find a game of people that are willing to go all 50 rounds, that's a bonus 200 credits for you, which is really good for saving up to buy the packs. And then there's bigger, harder ones like beat waves 1 to 50 on Insane, beat waves 1 to 50 on Normal, Hardcore. There's all sorts of them. There's beating the waves 1 to 50 as a soldier, engineer, sniper, heavy, all these different types of skills. There's killing headshots, building fortifications, explosive kills. There's all sorts of bounties for everything that you could think of, and you can use them. If you don't use them, scrap them and get the scrap points, because you're going to want those scrap points for your class skills. Lastly, I'm going to give you guys some in-game tips on how to level up faster. Now sadly, I do not have any in-game footage, but believe me, it is a thing. Basically, when you're in-game and you gain ribbons are basically like, let's see if we can find them. Where are they? Under the War Journal? Horde? I'm not sure where the ribbons are. Okay, here they are. So basically, as you are going through the game, you gain ribbons. Some of these aren't all Horde or whatever. Oh wait, yes, no, that's for TDM. Here's one for Horde. Kill multiple enemies with a single explosive shot in Versus or Horde. So basically, these ribbons give you XP as you earn them. So in game, you want to try to get these. Upgrading the Fabricator is basically from, well, upgrading the Fabricator, buying enough stuff to get to the next level. Had the most revives, had the most melee hits, killed multiple enemies with a frag grenade, get the final kill with an execution, kill an enemy while you're dead, meaning like a grenade trap explodes or an enemy bleeds out or something like that. Won a Horde match with a team that had no duplicate classes. This one basically would be for you and your friends who are all coordinated and don't pick the same class. That would be a little bit harder to do with randoms. Kill one enemy of each type. This one is basically when a wave spawns, you guys know that there are multiple enemies of each type. If you kill one of each of those enemies, you get this ribbon. But you get the point. You basically want to get as many ribbons as you possibly can, and every ribbon gives you XP. Not only that, but you get an extra ribbon bonus at the end of every 10th round. It'll show it in that list of extra bonuses. It'll say ribbon bonus, and you get it, and it's actually a pretty nice looking bonus. Now, the place that I found the most XP comes out of is obviously beating the wave, but consecutive waves. Do not wipe. If your whole team wipes, you're going to lose the consecutive wave bonus. But if you keep the consecutive wave bonus, you will get massive amounts of XP and credits. I found this out by playing waves 1 through 50 on hardcore with these friends I had. We went all the way from 1 to 50 on hardcore without wiping at all, and at the end of the 50th round, I got massive amounts of XP. I gained a whole level on my scout. I gained like 5 levels, a total of 10 that entire game, and gaining levels is extremely important because every like 5 or 10 levels you gain an extra bonus of 500 credits, which is extremely good because that's one whole extra horde pack you can buy. So do not die. If your team goes down, play extremely cautious and carefully. Don't risk anything. If you're playing with randoms and they die a lot, you might be better off just leaving the game and playing with someone else. Don't risk your XP and your score and all that with these losers. Leave them. If they're nubs, then they need to learn to play better. I'm not saying that you should just be a rage quitter and abandon everybody, but if they're just dying constantly nonstop over and over and over and over and over again, and they're wiping and leaving you to solo all the time, then your probably best bet is to leave. Now, people are gonna die. That's to be expected, and you can revive them. But I'm talking about people that are dying a lot. I had this one game where this guy was like, oh, well, I never get past casual mode. I can't even do normal mode. And it comes to find out, and I played a game with him, he sucked. He kept dying. He kept going down, and that is why he wasn't getting past anything. Plus, he was playing with randoms. You have to play with friends. It is super important. Playing with friends is a huge difference. Now, if you're not the kind of person that likes to play with friends, or you don't have any, that's fine. You can play public matches. Just make sure these people know what they're doing. If they don't know what they're doing, leave the game. If they don't know what they're doing, you can try communicating with them. On PC, you can type by pressing the U key, and you can type in messages. Or if you have a microphone, obviously just talk to them. If they can hear you, hopefully they'll listen to you. You can give them some advice. Be like, hey, don't do this, don't do that. Oh, hey, don't pick up the power. I'm a scout. I get double pickups during combat. Let me pick them up. I also get a fabricator bonus option, so I get more when I put it into the fabricator for you. So please let me do that. And just communicate with these people. If they don't listen, then your best bet is to probably just leave and find something else. That's really it for this video. I really hope this helps somebody, and I hope you guys can grow your skills and get better playing the Horde, because it's a pretty amazing game mode, and I love the changes that they've made. And I guess one more quick thing I could mention actually is that you can actually scrap your skins for your weapons too. So if you don't want these skins, you can actually destroy them for points. So if you're not really a guy who cares about skins, go for it, scrap it, who cares. Anyway, again, I've been on your rings. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out.